Hey guys, what is up? This is Cam Jennings, aka Cam Fats, coming at you on behalf of EpicConversions.com in the Epic Conversions Insiders Club. And it came to my attention recently that a lot of people struggle with finding ways to sequence emails. And I don't mean like just writing the emails. People do have trouble writing good emails that make money and get sales, but they also have trouble sequencing them in a way that makes sense to where the emails will actually stack upon each other and actually pull more and more people into buying a product, right? The first email will start it up, but it's just getting started, right? And the second email kind of builds upon what the first email did, and they just kind of start stacking up value and legend around this product. And then eventually you got a lot of people buying the product because of this series, this sequence of emails that you put together that just kind of builds this kind of buzz around the product, right? And a lot of people have trouble sequencing things like that. This product we're going to be doing here today, it's called Promotional Sequences for Profit. And it might not be that long. I don't know if this is going to be a crazy long product. We'll see how long we go. I don't plan on doing a ton of videos on this one. I think we're just going to do this in one video. We'll see if it starts getting too long. But what I want to do is I want to run you through some examples of sequences and how to do them yourself, how to craft these sequences so that you can start stacking value and creating buzz for a product and just start building that hype. All right, so let's go ahead and go over to screen share and let's talk about it. Okay, so here we are on our little handy dandy mind map. This is going to be our anchor point for promotional sequences for profit. And we're going to be talking about the sequences. Like I said, I got four sequences that I want to talk about: a 1-dayer, a 2-dayer, a 3-dayer, and a 4-dayer. These are different kinds of affiliate promotions that I will run. Also, I won't just use them for affiliate promotions. I'll also use them for my promotions for my own stuff as well. Now, there's a lot of different ways to do it, right? There's a lot of different tactics and strategies you can use with your email marketing, but this is 4 tactics for email marketing. This is 4 sequences for email marketing, and I want to share these 4 with you. I think you're going to find them really useful, and it's a great kind of reference point when you want to build your own sequences. And you can change them around and do what you got to do. But I think you'll find this very useful. Before we get into these 4 sequences, though, I got this little section called Rules of the Game, and it's really just like some tips and some just some advice on how to handle things in general. So let's go ahead and talk about rules of the game first. The first thing, when you write your emails, you want to write them together in advance, okay? You want to pull open a Google Doc, or you want to pull open like a Word document, and you want to write them together. You don't want to just, write one and then come back and, like let's say you're doing a 4-day campaign or something. You don't want to just like every morning wake up and write another email, right? That's not the way you want to do it. You're not going to get the best results doing it like that. You want to plan the campaign in advance and just, and you want to write them in advance, right? So the way I'll do it when we talk about this, I'm going to pull open a Google Docs here so I can show you what I mean. So I might just have this Google Docs open as we go, so I can kind of like, give examples of things or whatever. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll have it open as we go. So what I mean by planning this in advance is, let's say I'm going to run a campaign on some product. We'll say it's this is product A, affiliate campaign, right? So what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm going to run a 4-day campaign on it or whatever. I'm going to say, okay, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. All right. Let's say day one, I want to send, let's say on day one, I want to send one email. So I'll put email one. And then what I want to do is I want to let's say on day two, I want to send 2 emails. So I'm going to put email 2, email 3, right? These are both happening on day 2. And then on day 3, now, guys, what I usually do is I will page break right at the beginning of one of these, right? So when I go to write, I'm doing this right now because I'm planning them, right? I'm sequencing this out, what it's going to look like, right? But when I go to write these emails, I'm going to come right here to day 2. All right, it's time for me to write day 1 email, right? I'm going to come down here to day 2, and I'm going to insert a page break, right? Boom. So all that stuff's going to go down there, and I'm just going to focus on day 1 email. But right now, I'm planning them out, right? So day 3 is going to be, I'm going to send 1 email on day 3. Let's just say I'm sending 1 email. This is going to be email 4. And then on day 4, I'm going to send 2 emails on day 4. So that's going to be email 5 and email 6. All right. So when I say sequence your emails out in advance, what I mean is you want an idea of what this is going to look like. Okay. So maybe email 1 is this going to be simple story, how I discovered product, why special, why is it special, right? Soft pitch, right? I'm going to have a little soft pitch on there, right? We're just getting started. Day 2. Also, another thing is you might want to put when you're going to send it out. This is going to be, we're going to send this out in the afternoon. Day 2, I'll go actionable content. Send this out early morning. Email 3 is going to be actionable content. Late afternoon, right? Email 4, maybe I'm going to go instead. Maybe I'm going to go video review early morning. And what I mean by that is I do a video review and on YouTube or whatever. And on email 4, I give them a link to my video review, right? So that's what that basically is saying. Email 5, I might go back to story. I might personal related to benefit, right? So whatever the benefit of the product that I'm promoting is, I'm going to think about that benefit and how being able to do that thing, or, if I'm promoting a course on traffic, I'm going to tell maybe a story about how having the right traffic really helped me in my business, and, tell a story about a time when maybe it didn't help. I wasn't doing very good. And all of a sudden, boom, I got this traffic source that made the difference. And boom, it really made a huge difference, right? So I'll tell that personal story. It's going to have a takeaway. And then it's going to, now, if you're in a situation where you're looking for traffic, this is the great place to get started, right? This is absolutely fantastic. So that's what I would mean by that. And then that's going to be late afternoon. And then email 6, this is going to be kind of a features benefits with hard pitch and scarcity, right? And that's going to be early morning on, I'm sorry, early morning, late afternoon. Let's see, day 3, early morning. I got these messed up, didn't I? Email 5 should be actually early morning, and then email 6 on this particular sequence will be late afternoon. All right. So this is kind of what I mean by, sequence your emails in advance. What do they look like? Now, look, when you start writing the emails, you might start deciding you want to change something. You might want to fit it in a little bit better. But when you do it like this, you guys, and when you sequence it in advance like this, what happens is when you're doing email 1, like when I'm doing email 1, I can also tease email 2 a little bit, right? I can tease it a little bit because I already know what's coming. Email 2, I'm going to give them some actionable content. I'm going to give them something, maybe 3 tips on traffic driving or 3 tips on affiliate marketing or whatever, something they can use right in the email, right? And I know that's coming, so I can tease that a little bit in email 1, right? And I can do that, and I can kind of like blend these emails together a little bit because they're a sequence, right? And the whole thing together, these 6 emails, they are a complete set. They are a set of emails. They're designed to build off of each other. They're all going to be talking about this product that I'm promoting, but they're all also telling stories. They're all also giving actionable content, and they're giving a fresh look on on the product every single time. They're hitting on a different angle. Every email is going to hit on a different angle. Now, if you picked up email secrets, then this is perfect to know this information, because you can take this information of sequencing and you can combine it with the 20 different angles that you learned in email secrets, and each one of those angles can be a different email, right? So you can do endless combinations of things, right? So it's pretty awesome. And so, yeah, that's what I mean by sequence. So let's get back to the here. So write your emails together in advance so you can get a big picture for what you're doing, just like I showed you guys. And it makes them easier to sequence as a complete campaign, right? It's a complete thing. It's just broken up into little parts, okay? Make them sequential, all right? Schedule your emails in advance in your autoresponder, all right? So once you got them written, you want to go over to your autoresponder and you want to schedule them as broadcast messages in advance, right? So when you start promoting this thing, your email should already be locked and loaded and ready to go, and you don't have to do nothing. You just sit back and let them do their thing, right? You do all this work that I'm talking about in like one day. Like within one day, you line it all up, you schedule it all, and you're done. You're done. I did an 8 email campaign not too long ago. Me and my family went on a mini vacation for like 3 or 4 days. The whole time I was making money. But that's just because I scheduled a 4-day affiliate campaign, and I scheduled them all before we left. So I was kicking back on Easy Street while that whole campaign was working, making money for me. And yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. That's the beauty of it. So you want to schedule this in advance. You don't want to be trying to do this every single day. It's stupid. You're not going to get your times are going to be off. You're going to wake up one morning late, and your early morning email is going to go out at 8 a.m. instead of 1 a.m. or something, and it's just going to be all jacked up. You don't want to do that. You want to write all these emails together as a series, and then you want to schedule them all together too, to go out right when they need to go out. Okay, so anyways, the other thing is, by writing your emails as a set in advance, okay, they now become an asset for you, right? Now you have them. Like over here on this Google Doc, I usually write all my emails in a Google Doc just like this, and when I'm done, like I copy and paste them into my autoresponder and schedule them. But I have them right here in a Google Doc. I can easily download it as a PDF, and now it's an asset. It's a complete set of emails. That is an asset. I can sell it. I can offer it as a bonus. I can take multiple campaigns, package them together, and sell them as a set, as a big set. But that's an asset. That's an absolute asset. So what you've done there is you've kind of double dipped. You've taken work that you've done for one thing, and you have leveraged it in a way to get it to make you even more money, right? The affiliate campaign that you're writing is going to make you money when it sells the product, but then you can actually package it and sell it as its own asset to someone else who wants to use it to sell the product, right? So in this way, you can actually double dip and make even more money off of your work, which is what you want to do. That's smart, right? And that leads me to my next point. This is a game of chess, not checkers. You have to think moves in advance, all right? The affiliate campaign, if it can work for you in multiple ways, use it in multiple ways, right? So these 4 examples that I'm getting ready to show you, They're sequences. They're ones that I have used many times, you guys. But, they are not the only options for you, right? They are a great starting point, but don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to try your own ideas. That's how we figure things out. That's how we get better. I'm going to show you these 4. They're not the only 4 that I've used. I've used a lot of different combinations, and I've tried a lot of different things out. But these 4 are very solid, and they are really, they've proven to work well for me when it comes to stacking value and building a buzz around something. So these have worked really well for me. So I want to share them with you now. Okay, let me go ahead and close rules of the game. Let's get into day 1. All right, day 1. This is a 1-dayer. All right, this is what I call a 1-dayer. This is basically where you're basically just going to be promoting something for 1 day. It's just a real quick promotion. You're not going to work on it too much. But a 1-dayer is going to have 2 emails in it, right? In 1 day. You're going to be sending 2 emails out in 1 day, right? And I call it a 1-dayer. And these emails are going to be sequenced, and they play off of each other, all right? And the way I usually do it is just like I showed you guys over here. They're sequenced and they play off each other, just like these. With a 1-dayer, usually I'll have 1 email that's a little more story-based, and then I'll have 1 email that's a little bit more actionable, right? And they play off together. They play off each other really, really well. If 1 email kind of focuses on story and just kind of maybe telling the story of the product vendor, or telling the story of, how I discovered this product, or why I think this product's special, or, whatever. It's just kind of story based, and maybe there's a takeaway or a lesson in there, but it's not super actionable. It's mostly story based. And if I do that, then the next email, I want it to be kind of actionable, and they'll play off each other really well. So when I do that, it looks like this, right? Email 1 will go out early in the morning. I'm talking early, guys. You plan this the day in advance or a couple days in advance, and you schedule it for 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern time, right? So this is going to hit a lot of people before they ever get up. It'll be in their inbox. They'll catch it when they first check their emails in the morning. And this is going to be, like I said, a storytelling email with a takeaway and a soft pitch. And what do I mean by takeaway? I just mean if I tell a story about myself, or how I relate to this product, or how I met the product vendor, and, whatever, I always want there to be some kind of takeaway. It always needs to circle back around to my readers. It needs to circle back around to them. That's the magic of marketing. It can never just be about you. It always has to circle back around to the people who are watching or reading your stuff. So there has to be some kind of lesson in there, some kind of takeaway for them. And then I move that into a soft pitch, right? And a soft pitch is just anyways, such and such just launched his new one, this product. It's really cool. And you can click this link here and check it out. It's awesome, right? Simple little soft pitch there. And then I'll come back later that day in the afternoon, and I'll send an actionable with a next step pitch, right? And the actionable will be whatever that course is teaching, if it's teaching traffic, or if it's teaching list building or something like that, whatever it's teaching, whatever that benefit is, I'm going to think about 2 or 3 tips that I can provide about that benefit. And I'll give them those tips right there in the email, right? And it doesn't have to be, it could be 2 or 3 tips. It could be a little 5-step guide to help them with that thing. It could be a lot of things, but whatever it is, you want it to be actionable, right? Something that they can take action on just from reading that email, and it's going to help them, right? Now, what you want to do is once you give them the actionable content, then you're going to say, okay, so I just gave you some great advice here. This is great actionable content. It's going to help you move forward. But let's be honest, this isn't all you need. I mean, if you really want to be serious, you're going to need a little bit more than these 3 tips, right? These are great, and they're going to help you a little bit, but where should you really be getting started if you want to do this thing, right? Well, such and such just released a course, and it's an absolutely great place to get started, or it's an absolute great next step. Once you've done these things, what's the next step, right? Once you've done step 1, step 2, and step 3, and now you can see how you can make a little bit of money, what's the next step? Right. And that's what that is, an email 2 there, actionable with a next step pitch. right? But it could also be where to get started. It could be a where to get started pitch. Now, this is a simple little campaign. It's a one-day campaign, and this works really, really well if you don't know if something's really going to convert that well or not. You don't really want to commit that hard to it. You're just going to, commit a little bit to it. And, you can do a little 2-email combo and put it out there and see how it's going. But that's a one-dayer, right? It's just a one-day situation. And that's pretty good. So the next one is called a 2-dayer, right? The 2-dayer goes like this. It's going to be 3 emails in 2 days. So the 2-dayer is a little different than a 1-dayer. And the way a 2-dayer works goes like this. On day 1, this is just going to be the kind of like introductory email, right? We're just kind of getting them used to the idea of this thing we're going to promote, right? So I'll send this email around 3 p.m. I'll send it in the afternoon of day 1. And this is going to be a story-driven email. It's generally going to be around the product vendor, his origin story. And if you wonder, well, how do I find that? How do I find an origin story? It's generally on the sales page. If you look on the sales page, usually a product vendor will tell you a little bit about how they got started and whatever and what happened. Sometimes you can find it on their blog. A lot of product vendors have blogs or YouTube channels, and you can find this information there. But if you can find a little bit more about information about the product vendor, I love to tell that story about the product vendor. It kind of builds legend. It makes the product a little bit more than what it is. But anyways, I'll tell a little bit of a story on day 1, just kind of like introducing them to it. Sometimes I'll tell the story of how, if I can't find anything great about the product vendor, any stories or anything about how they got started, I'll tell like the story of how I came to discover the product, right? How did I discover this product? Why do I think it's cool, right? And I can tell that story, right? And that's a nice little introductory way to start getting into it, right? So that's a day 1 around 3 p.m. And then I'll move into day 2, which is going to be the first email number 2, the first email of day 2. I'm going to send it early in the morning, right? Around 1 a.m. Right now, this is going to be an actionable email, right? It's going to be followed by a how to get started pitch, right? So, it's going to be a little actionable like guide, a little 5-step guide, or it's going to be 3 tips on the benefit or whatever, but it's going to be some kind of actionable content, something that they can just, something that they can read that email and they can take action on it immediately, right? And the pitches that I love to use on these actionable emails, when I do actionable content, I love to do the pitch of where to get started, or how to, or what to do next. Now what? What do I do now? Because, people are always looking for chapter 1. They're always looking for where to get started with something. I think people are kind of in love with chapter 1 a little bit. But that's what I do for email number 2. And then later that day in the afternoon, around 3 p.m. or so, I'll send out my last email on the promotion. And this is going to be a feature benefits email. I'm going to pull those features and benefits directly from the sales page, and I'm going to talk about the features and benefits that this product provides, right? And a lot of that info I can pull directly from the sales page, like I said. And then also what I want to do is I want to talk about scarcity, right? Now, if that product is evergreen and there's no scarcity, then what you want to do is you want to put yourself into the scarcity situation. And how you do it is it's the scarcity of you, right? You're the scarcity. And how that works is you're basically done talking about this product after this email. And the way you do it is you do something like this, right? You're going to give them the features and the benefits of the product and how cool it is and stuff. And then you're just going to say, now listen, guys, I have to level with you. This is my absolute last email on this product. All right. The fact of the matter is, after you read this email and I don't send any more emails on it, what's going to happen is it's just going to be another blown opportunity buried in a sea of emails, right? And you're going to forget about it, and it's just going to be another lost cause, right? Don't let this be a lost cause. Now is the time, man. While it's still fresh in your mind, while it's still right there, don't hesitate, man. Be an action taker, right? So that's how you do it. You basically make yourself the scarcity and say, hey, I'm done talking about this after today. So what's going to happen is no one's going to be keeping you accountable on this situation after today. I'm done talking about it. You're not going to hear anything else about it. You're going to forget about it. And guess what? Another blown opportunity. Boom, just like that. So in that way, you can add scarcity to the email, even if it's an evergreen product, right? Because people forget things all the time in this day and age. And it's absolutely true. Like if, we'll think of something or, oh man, I'm going to come back to that. And then we'll just forget about it. Because why? Because you get buried in a sea of other emails and, just all this other stuff happens and you just forget about it. Right. So you can very, very easily say, hey, listen, man, I'm done talking about this today. You're just going to forget about it. Now's the time. Now's the time before you get, it's just another lost opportunity buried in a sea of emails or whatever. It's something that's worked for me lots of times. You don't have to use it if you got a true scarcity on the product. If the product is going to be going up in price, or if it's going to come off the market, or if there's some kind of special bonus attached to it that's going to go away, then you don't have to worry about scarcity like that. But if there's nothing, it's just an evergreen product that you're trying to promote, then, you can use that type of scarcity. And it's not really, true scarcity, in the sense that the product's going to go away or the sale's going to end, but it is true scarcity in the sense of they're going to lose the accountability of you talking about something. You're done talking about this after today. So that's going to go away. And now all of a sudden it's going to be like, all I got is my own memory to rely on now, and that's kind of scary for all of us. I think, we forget about things and stuff like that. So, it's a very real scarcity and it works. But it's not quite as solid as just a price that's going to increase or something, but it's definitely useful if you need to use it. So that is a 2-dayer, right? Pretty cool. 2-dayers are very effective. I just ran a 2-dayer. I just ran a 2-dayer not long ago, and I'll tell you what happened on it. I sent 3 emails out, just like I showed you, and I think it made like $400 or $500 or something. So it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't that bad. But 2-dayers can be like that. They can be very, very effective. I'm gonna log in here. I'll show you what happened with it. Sometimes 2-dayers are like when they're doing really good, you start thinking, wow, man, maybe I should ride this hot hand. Maybe I should turn this 2-dayer into like a 5-day or like a 3-dayer, Maybe I should send out a couple more emails on this thing, which in all honesty, I probably should have done that with this 2-dayer because it did pretty well. I probably could have done 2 more emails on it. I just didn't. I was really busy. But let's see here. This is Warrior Plus's new thing. Ever since they got this, like splash page in the front, it's like a pain in the butt to log in for some reason. I don't know why. Let's see here. Let's look at stats on this thing. So a few days back, I did this 2-dayer. Let's go back 7 days on this. Just take a look at it. And so there we go. 38 sales on that one. 368.99 on Easy Affiliate Playbook. And that was 22% conversion rate on that. It was only 3 emails. It was a 2-dayer, just like I was showing you guys. In that same time, I also made sales on Perfect Product Creation, which I wasn't even promoting. So that's just from, other emails that I'd sent before. But yeah, this is the one. This is the 2-dayer that I just ran. A simple little 2-day, 3-email sequence with great results. 22% conversion rate on it, and that's what I'm talking about, guys. You can do really, really well if you sequence these emails and you put some thought into what they're doing together. I'm not saying you have to be some kind of best-selling author or something. You don't need to do that. Okay, if you don't have email secrets, you need to go get email secrets and look at those 20 tactics that I give you in email secrets, and then apply those to these sequences that I'm talking about right now. Because when you start stacking those email angles, when you start stacking those angles together into sequences, it's very, very powerful. And you can do some real damage as an affiliate or as someone promoting your own stuff. Anyways, enough of this stuff. Let's go ahead and move on. All right, so that's a 2-dayer. Let's do a 3-dayer here. This is what a 3-dayer looks like, right? So it's going to be 5 emails in a 3-day period. Okay, it's a simple 3-day period, 5 emails. Remember, guys, you write these emails in advance and you schedule them in advance. So when the promotion starts, you're kicking back, you're working on something else. You know what I mean? You're kicking back, making dough while you're working on something else, right? You know, a lot of times when my emails are making me money, I'm working on something different. I'm working on like a product launch or something, and my emails are just sitting back making me money. So, you know, write these emails in advance, schedule them in advance. You know, when you're in the middle of a promotion, you should not be doing anything on that promotion. It should already be done. You should be sitting on easy street when it comes to that. And the reason why, guys, is because it's a game of chess, not checkers. You have to plan it in advance. You need to sequence it. You need to look at it. You need that overview of what the set is going to look like. Okay, that's why you need the whole picture in front of you, man. You know, it's hard to see the sky through a telescope. You need to see the whole big picture of what it looks like. All right, and that's what I'm talking about. So you'll do much, much better if you do it that way. Okay. So anyways, what's this 3-dayer look like? So 5 emails in 3 days. Okay. Day 1 email. This will be in the afternoon, right? We're just kind of warming them up a little bit, letting them know this is what we're going to be doing, right? This is going to be a storytelling email with a soft pitch, right? Now in the PS, what I like to do, this is very important because I'm going to be sending 5 emails in 3 days. All right. That's a few emails in a short amount of time. So what I want to do is in my PS, I want to let people know, hey guys, I just started promoting this product. Over the course of the next 3 days, I'm going to be sending you 4 more emails on this subject, right? They're going to have lots of actionable content, lots of value in these emails. So be sure to check them out. Like, I love to do that. I love to send a PS and let people know what's getting ready to happen. I want them to know this is happening right now. And what that does, you guys, is it makes it kind of an event. But what else it does is it alerts them to the fact that they're going to be getting a little bit more emails from you than normal, right? So they're not going to be thinking like, oh my God, man, Cam keeps on sending me all these emails. This is going to my spam folder, man. This is garbage. They're not going to be doing that as much because you warn them ahead of time. This is what's happening. If you let people know what's happening, that's going to do wonders for you, all right? And they're going to be opening your emails, and they're going to be clicking on the link to go buy it, and they're going to be checking it out. Even if they don't go buy it, they're going to be opening your emails just to see what you have to say because they know you warned them. You're going to be sending them some emails. They're going to have lots of value and stuff in them, and they're going to be into it, man. So, but you got to do it. You got to send them that PS. You got to put the PS in there that kind of warns them this is what you're going to be doing, right? I do that with my list, and they love it. All right, so that's day 1. Email 1 sent in the afternoon, and then we get really started on day 2. And day 2, we're going to send an email in the early morning, about 1 a.m. This is going to be actionable content, right? Whatever the benefit that product provides, I'm going to try to give them some actionable content surrounding that for free right there in the email. Then I'm going to have like a next step pitch. All right, now I gave you these actionable tips on this subject. What's the next step? Well, the next step is to get a better education on this subject because these 3 tips aren't going to do everything for you. They're great tips, but they're not going to get you to the promised land. You probably need a little bit more. So your next step, check out this product by my friend here. It's really good, and it's a great place to get started right here in 2019 or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's the way you do it, right? Day 2, email 3 in the afternoon. Right? This is going to be the same kind of thing. We're going to give them more actionable content. So see what's going to happen is they're going to get that first email in the afternoon. It's going to warn them, and it's also going to tell them a cool little story, right? So we're building rapport, right, with that first email. And then on day 2, they're going to get those 2 emails that day. And what it's going to be is it's going to be like, oh, wow, these are good emails, man. I'm learning some stuff I didn't know. They're going to get actionable. Then in the afternoon, they're going to get more actionable, right? So it's cool. And all these emails are pitching that product too, right? So then in day number 3, email 4, early in the morning. Now this is a great time to, if you have it, if you can do it, this is a great time to link out to like a product review video. Like if you put a product review video on YouTube where you can kind of give them a tour of the download page, kind of talk about the product some more, talk about why you think the product's cool. You're just kind of basically hitting them from a different angle because it's all been email and now you're hitting them from the video angle. It's going to build more rapport with them because they're seeing you face to face, and they're going to get to see inside the product and what it looks like in there and stuff. So this is a pretty cool thing to do on email 4 of day 3. Now, if you don't have that, if you don't want to do like a video or anything, another great thing to do right here is to focus on your bonus. Like if you have a bonus you want to offer, if people buy from you, like this is a great time to really focus this email on your bonus, right? And that would be like, oh, by the way, I haven't mentioned this yet, but everybody who buys this product through me is also going to get access to my bonus, which is this. Now, this is a really great bonus, man, because what it is boom, 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 boom. Then you just talk about your bonus, right? The email basically focuses on your bonus. It doesn't even focus on the product that much. So it's pretty cool. And that's early morning and email 4. We're talking like 1 a.m. or something when this is going to be scheduled to go out. So they're going to be seeing this email throughout the day on Monday or on day 3. They're going to be seeing this email. And then day 3, email 5 is going to go out in the afternoon. All right. Now, this is going to be that email. It's kind of a hard pitch email. It's a hard pitch email. And what do I mean by hard pitch? This is basically your traditional email where you get that's promoting a product. This is the kind of email why people's email lists grow unresponsive and people get sick of hearing from them because they only send these kind of emails. You can't just send promo hard pitch emails all the time, right? And that's the problem with a lot of people's email marketing. But this is email 5. This is the last email you're going to send on this product. All right. So in this case, we want to leave an impression of this product. So we're going to give the features and the benefits of the product. We're going to add our scarcity to this email. Okay. And that's the scarcity of the price increasing or the scarcity of it coming off the market or even if it's just the scarcity of us not promoting it anymore. This is where you want to add the scarcity to this last email. And this is where you hard pitch. And this all together is kind of a hard pitch because you're basically not talking about anything in this email except how cool this product is and why you should go buy it, right? That's all together is kind of a hard pitch. And then you basically features, benefits, scarcity. All right, so go check this out now, man. So you don't miss out on this awesome opportunity. Boom, just like that. All right, so that's the 3-dayer, and it's quite a package because that's 5 emails in 3 days. Okay, and I tell you what, this is like where you really start getting into a situation where those 5 emails can do some serious damage, and they can really make you some money, and they are quite an asset. So those 5 emails can actually be really packaged up. And they can be offered as a bonus, or they can be offered as something that would go with a couple more sets of email sequences, and they could just be a product on their own, right? And you can sell them as a package like PLR rights or whatever. But keep that in mind. When you write emails, you're also creating assets, all right? It's something to keep in mind. And the last one I want to talk to you guys about is called a 4-dayer. And this is probably my favorite email sequence. Like when I want to promote something and I know I really want to promote it good and do a good job on it, what I'm going to do is something called a 4-dayer. And what I am going to do with a 4-dayer is I want to do 8 emails in 4 days. And you might think, wow, 8 emails in 4 days, dude. I bet you get tons of people complaining and you get tons of people getting off your list. And I don't get tons of any of that stuff, because my 8 emails that I send out, they're going to do a few things that keep people interested in what I'm doing. All right. So you can get away with a lot in email if you are firing on different angles, right? Again, guys, if you have email secrets, I'm telling you, it's super powerful. If you're hitting on those different angles, you can get away with a lot with email. You can send 2 or 3 emails in a day. No one's going to complain because you're adding value with each email, all right? And you're stacking the value. The problem is when all you're doing is hard promo after hard promo after hard promo email, you're just sending that one style of email. People get sick of it and it just feels like trash, right? And they get tired of it. And that's what's happening. But you can send 8 emails in 4 days, no sweat. 2 emails a day for 4 days. Hit on different angles. Let them know what you're going to be doing. Hey, I'm going to be sending out 7 more emails over the course of the next 4 days promoting this thing. They're going to have a lot of value in them. And it's going to be a sequence. They're going to work together. So get ready, man, because this is going to be really cool, right? So that's what you do. Now, so day 1, early morning, I want to tell a story, right? I want to tell a story with a soft pitch. Maybe I'll tell the story of how I came to want the product that I'm promoting. How I came to want to promote this product, or maybe I'll tell the story of how I came to know the vendor. A lot of the people I promote, I kind of already know them, right? And I can easily tell that story. Maybe I'll tell the story of the vendor, his origin story or her origin story or whatever. Why is it cool to me? Why do I think it's cool, right? I'll just basically kind of deal with the story, you know what I mean? And then, in my PS, I want to explain what I'm getting ready to do. Like I said, I'm going to do 4 more days of emails on this subject. I put 4 more emails on the subject. 4 more days. Actually, not 4 more anything. It's going to be 7 more emails on the subject. 7 more emails on the subject with value and actionable content. These emails are going to be sequential emails. And when you're doing an 8 email set, you guys, this is important. In your subject lines, you want to put this in the subject line, 1 of 8. So my subject line is going to look like this, right? It's going to be like, so email 1. One of 8. Do you guys know about Joe Smith? Something like that, right? So it's 1 of 8, right? And then what's going to happen is in my PS of every email, I'm going to put something like this, right? This is email 1 of a 8-part series promoting, product A by Joe Smith. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll be like, if I'm giving them a bonus, I'll tack on this email series as a bonus. You can get PLR rights on this entire 8 email sequence when you pick up product A by Joe. It's just another way of saying thank you for being a part of the Epic Conversions community. Go crush it. Right, something like that. So, and then what happens is on email 2, it's going to be kind of the same PS, but I'm going to put, this is email 2 of an 8-part series, right? It's going to be email 2, then email 3, and I'm going to change the PS a little bit. This also in the subject line on email 2, this is going to change to 2 of 8, right? So what this is going to do, this is really going to hammer home. It's going to hammer home the point that this is a sequence of emails. It's a whole set of emails. This is 2 of 8, 3 of 8, 4 of 8. So what happens is, it's in our DNA. It's in our nature that we want to finish something, right? When we read a list, we want to at least skim the list and get down to the last thing. We want to see the end of the list. How many of you guys have looked at a list and maybe you looked at the first part of it, and then you kind of skimmed it, and you looked at the last part of it, right? So it's in our DNA to want to complete something. Like even if we don't get everything in the middle, we start it and we want to see the end, right? So that's kind of in our DNA. So this kind of plays on that a little bit to keep people interested in your emails and keep them opening it. They're going to open the emails because they want to finish the set, right? 2 of 8, 3 of 8, they want the whole set. They want to finish the set. And then when you offer them the entire set as a bonus, and you're going to give them rights to use it, well, that appeals to them even more. That collector in them, it appeals to that collector in them because they've been reading this whole series. Now they can own the whole series, right? So it's very, very powerful, and it works, man. It works. What can I say? So anyways, let's go ahead and move on. So that's day one, and it's important. I do it in the early morning of day one, and I like to tell a story personally. I don't like to jump right into like a hard promotion or anything. I like to tell a story. I like to warm it up a little bit. I like to tell them what I'm getting ready to do, and I like to sequence the emails. I like to be blatantly obvious that this is a sequence. It's a set of emails, and I'll put that in the subject line. Day one, email 2 in the afternoon. I'll go more storytelling on this one, right? Now, whatever story I told before, I'm going to, a lot of times if I tell the story of how I came to discover this product in the early morning, now I'm going to go deeper into the product vendor story, the origin story, right? Whatever story I used in the first email, I'm going to move on to a different story in the second email. It's still going to somehow tie into the product. There's still going to be some kind of a takeaway or a lesson, and it's still going to kind of soft pitch the product. Now, what I'm doing with this first day of emails is I'm building legend for the product. I'm making it more than just another info product, like 100 of them a day come out. No, this one's different. This one's special. Let me tell you a couple stories surrounding it, right? So this is going to kind of start to build a little legend around the product. These 2 story-driven emails. And then day 2, the morning of day 2, I'm going to move into actionable content. Like whatever the benefit of that product is, like I'm going to think about that benefit, and I'm going to start giving them some actionable content around that benefit, right? If it's a list building product, hey man, I might give them 3 ways to build a list in this email, right? Now it's not going to be as cool as this product, but it's just 3 ways that they can build a list. It's pretty cool. And then I'm going to say, what's the next step? And what's the next step? Pitch, right? I'm going to pitch the product, right? So day 2 is about actionable content. And then the email 4 is in the afternoon of day 2, and that's also more actionable content. It's more actionable content. And then day 3 of email 5 is going to be in the early morning of day 3, and I'm going to put a fresh angle here, like whatever I feel like. If you guys got email secrets, you got 20 different angles to choose from, right? That's 20 different freaking angles that you can use, and any of those can be punched in to email 5 on day 3. All right, there's a lot of ways you could go with it. Now I could have picked one of those angles out and put them here for you, like I have in some of these other ones. But the fact of the matter is, you're not going to paint by numbers your way to being a millionaire. Okay, you're not going to paint by numbers your way to being successful. Like I can give you kind of a blueprint, right? And that's what this is. It's kind of a blueprint. But you need to kind of adapt it for what works for you. You know what I mean? Use the tools I'm giving you. These are great sequences, and you can plug those email secrets angles into these sequences, and you can do some real damage. Seriously. Damage in a good way. I don't mean like damage in a bad way. I just mean you can really make a dent. You can really make some money by sequencing your emails and using them like this. So email 5, going to be a fresh angle here. Okay. And then day 3 in the afternoon is email 6, another fresh angle, right? So day 3 is this going to be, plug in some angles from email secrets. If you don't have email secrets, you definitely want to pick it up. It's worth your time and worth your money. But day 3 is all about plugging in a couple of fresh angles. You want to hit on a different angle in the morning, hit on a different angle in the afternoon. All right. That could be anything from a 4+1 angle to like an insult style angle. It could be a lot of things. It could be anything. It could be a unrelated book review angle. I love the unrelated book review. Maybe email 5. I'm gonna start talking about the Wizard of Oz, and then I'm gonna take a lesson away from the Wizard of Oz that somehow circles around back to the product that I'm promoting, right? And I call it unrelated book review, and I talk about that more in email secrets. But yeah, it could be anything, So that's day 3. And then on day 4, this is the last day of our promotion, right? Day 4 in the early morning, email 7, you want a fresh angle there, all right? And then you want to apply scarcity in the PS. This is your last day promoting this thing. So you want to kind of remind them in the PS, hey, man, this is the last day I'm going to be promoting this. I'm only going to be sending one more email on it, and then, it's over, man. So, if there's any scarcity on the product already, be sure to mention it. Like if they're going to raise the price or if they're going to take it off the market or something, be sure to mention that there. If they're not doing any kind of there's nothing going on, scarcity as far as that's when you want to talk about how like you're not going to be promoting it after this next email. You're done promoting it after that. So, or if you want something else, you can always offer a bonus and then take the bonus off the market after your 4-day promotion. So, hey man, I'm offering this bonus for the rest of today, and that's it. After that, it's off the market. I'm pulling it. So you can always find a way to apply a little scarcity. And then on day 4, the last email on day 4, email 8, you want to go. I like to go features benefits on that last email. I like to bring it all back around full circle directly. I want to stare right at the product on the last email, right? When we talk about a final look, right? This is our final look for this promotion. So when we talk about a final look, man, I want them looking right at the product. So that's what I want to do on that last email. I want to talk about the features of it, the benefits of it. I want to talk about the scarcity that's going on. And then I want to say, hey, man, go pick this thing up, right? And that's what I want to do on my last email. So anyways, guys, that is my 4-dayer. That's probably my favorite of these campaigns. It's certainly my most profitable of these kind. And it's a really nice campaign because you got 8 emails in 4 days. And what happens with 8 emails is that's 8 times that your list is exposed to this product. So what that's going to do is maximize conversions, right? So anyways, guys, that is promotional sequences for profit. Those are 4 of them. And, let me go ahead and get off of a screen share really quick. So that's 4 of them, right? And, it's not the only ones I've used. I've used a lot of different ones, and I've used like a whole bunch of different like variations of those 4. But those are 4 of my favorite. And I tell you what, man, if you use those sequences, you will make money, point blank. And the thing about it is you can actually use those sequences like not just on email. You can actually use them on YouTube too. You can do videos, right? You can do like 3 videos promoting a product and like hit those different angles in each video. You can do like Facebook posts and stuff like that. And, with the videos, one cool thing about the videos is on YouTube is you can actually make a playlist for that series of videos, which is pretty cool. You don't have to call it the name of the product or whatever. You can, the cool thing about YouTube is the playlists are actually searchable. So whatever you name the playlist, like that'll actually come up in search results too. So when you talk about people launch jacking, like you'll see them naming a video like product A review plus bonuses. Don't buy until you check this out. Like you can literally name a playlist that, right? You can name a playlist that on YouTube, and then you can put your series of videos in that playlist. And the series of videos is going to be what? It's going to be basically these email sequences, except in video form. So that's pretty awesome, man. And that'll last a while, longer than just an email, right? Because an email, you're going to get way more results like immediately with email, but YouTube's kind of like a long game. Like you'll get trickle-in sales from YouTube like months and months after the campaign's over. So it's pretty cool. Another way you can translate these sequences is by doing like Facebook live streams. You can be like, okay, guys, I'm going to be back every day for like the next 4 days. I'm going to be doing a live stream. We're going to be talking about some this subject, right? Whether you want to say we're going to talk about this product, or you can be saying I'm going to be promoting this product for the next 4 days, and in honor of promoting this product, we're going to be talking about whatever the benefit the product provides. If the product is talking about list building, you're going to say, all right, guys, I'm promoting this product for the next 4 days. I'm going to be doing a series of 8 live streams. So for the next 8 live streams, I'm going to be talking a lot about list building and things that you can do for list building and how to get better with list building and stuff. It's going to be awesome. So be sure to stick around. This is video 1, and I'll see you guys later today for video 2. Right, so that's what you can do, right? So what I'm saying is the sequences here, they work for other things besides email, but let's be quite honest, okay? It's most profitable through email. It's in your best interest to build an email list. You're going to make more money through email than you are through social media or YouTube or any of that other stuff. All right, so just bottom line there. But anyways, that's it for me, guys. This has been Promotional Sequences for Profit. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you on the next one. Peace, everybody.